this young man hails from Southern California. He's a good mama's boy. In other words, he makes sure his mom's taken care of. He makes sure his son comes up in a great environment. He's a great teacher, health wise, coach wise. He's a mentor to the neighborhood, to the community. And we've heard him at every convention speak. I mean, he'll go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, sometimes 2, 3, 4 in the morning. He just gives so much of himself and so much wisdom and advice. And I text him this morning, man. I tell you what, I miss you. I love you. Just want to reach out to you as a man, to one guy to another. So without further ado, can we give a warm welcome to Dr. Byron Nelson?
Let's jump into the water. This is a foundation. Actually, I did my first day of work on Monday. Call it Miracle Monday. I started looking for miracles and God showed up. God has never left me. That's what's crazy about it, because I'm going to go into some sermon for you today. And I'm not that person that's going to sit on the side of the road and deny God 3 times and act like he doesn't exist. So if you don't believe in God, call him something else. Even that piece that says that I don't believe in God. I don't really know where he is. That's that little thing inside of you saying you're stupid, but he exists, because the only reason you stand is because of him. So we're going to go right into it and understand that. And what I did is I went into this vortex of what Mr. Thomas talked about. And when things happen to you, they don't happen to you, they happen for you. Write that down. They don't happen to you, they happen for you. It's I don't care if it's death, I don't care if it's birth, I don't care what it is. I don't care if somebody betrayed you. I don't care if you're in a funk. I don't care if you're disillusioned, if you don't have direction, if you're stuck. The word is really gratitude. More than anything else is gratitude. If you can breathe, you need to understand gratitude. If you were fed yesterday, if you had one bite to eat, if you had not a meal, if you had one bite to eat, if you can open your eyes. And one of the things is that so many people live in the funk and don't realize what they have until it's taken from them. And I'm not just talking about the cliche of life. I'm not just talking the cliche of death. I'm talking about your money, your friends, your refuge, the people that protect you, the people that love you, Today I have to call my big sister. I got my boy Ken on. Ken, happy birthday, happy born day. But it's something we're going to celebrate every hour and every day of the year. We aren't doing it just on the day in which, mom pushed you out of her womb. Jocelyn Driscoll, I don't know if you're online. That's my sister. I love her with my heart. It's her birthday. We got to take the time to truly, and I'm going to tell you what was taught to me in the last 3 years, more than anything else, from my partner. And she said, everyone walks around the world with a sign on their head, and it's in neon lights, and somehow we miss it in order, hey, there's my baby Renata, how you doing, love? And misses it, and it's called acknowledgement. You want to know how to win? Learn how to take everything off of you. I'm in the midst of a 10-week training them, training a hit squad. I call them a suicide squad, a hit squad. Mm-hmm. We had a conversation on Monday for about 3.5 hours. It wasn't a training. Dr. Al Thomas talked about my trainings, my infamous trainings. I'll tell you, I don't like trainings right now, because you need to train yourself. That's what I learned in all those years of training everybody, that I'm pouring water on a rock, because if you aren't going to do what you need to do for yourself, it's not going to happen. You get your ass up and go to work. If you need motivation, look at your bank account. If you need motivation, look at your family members. If you need motivation, look at your drought. Look at the desert you've been walking through with water. When I called 2 people spot on for a client call last night, one had now I thought she was going to tell me like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I was in the hospital, something happened to me. This is one of my besties who handles all my corporations. She split her head open and had over 38 stitches put in her head just less than 48 hours ago, and got on the call for me. I don't know about y'all. I get 38 inches and it's split to the bone in my head. I'm not answering nobody call. What the hell is wrong with you? I had to curse her and her husband. You guys need to look. Your husband need to call me immediately. I said, I need this taken care of. She said, it's done. I said, are you sure? I was like, I can move it. I got somebody else. I got you, B. Going somewhere with this. Called another call right back to back. I said, I need this taken care of. I love to be whatever you need. Hadn't talked to her in about 4.5 months. For my client call going on. And she's like, I got you, B. I said, so I got a call already 11 o'clock. Can I do a call at 12? She's like, I'll be burying my sister at 12. Can we do one? What? You're going to come right out of burying your sister and have... You got to know how to build a hit squad. You got to know how to put it together, hit squad. People don't win in life because, let me tell you, multimillionaires are not multi-millionaires. There's not one person who is a self. People say that about me all around the world. He's a self-made. I am not a self-made jack. I didn't make nothing. If I didn't have the people around me, I would have nothing. These are life lessons. I hope you guys take it. This is way beyond your business. You have to have a squad. My squad, I am so grateful and thanking God while I'm talking to you, doing my prayer in the middle of this conversation, while I was driving, coming here, having someone like Mr. Al Thomas checking on me, calling on me, are you okay? You got to have a squad who truly is a 7-Eleven. You might want to write that down. You need a 7-Eleven crew. Now, that's not going to be everybody. You can't make anybody something that they're not. You can't go trying to convert or change people. I had this conversation literally before. Was it before? In between one 2.5-hour call and the 3-hour call, 2-hour call last night, I'm talking with Miss Yancey, and I'm sharing with her. I was like, and we were going back and forth because we're in the fire. We're like, okay, let's go to war. You ready to go to war? Let's put this thing in place. I said, this is what happened on Monday. I brought in superstar Mr. Aaron Burr to do the foundation. He mixes my cement for me. He did it on Tuesday. I said, you ready to wreck this thing? You ready to wreck this thing? Yes. He's like, I've been waiting for you. He's like, I'm not just facing, he's just been waiting for me. He's like, just like Mr. Al Thomas, what do you need? Let's just take the business out of the way. What do you need? Let's go. I sat there and I said, and she was arguing for somebody who's in my space, who's very intimate from a business perspective, handling a lot of stuff. We have a lot of major projects on the table. She said, I hear you, Mr. Nelson, but I hear you, B. But that's not who they are. I said, but I have you as an example. She said, I came this way. I went down every person at my table. Not everyone, but the greater bulk of at least 7 people. I said, they came that way. They came that way. That came that way. I came that way. I came giving more than I take. I came going the extra mile by default. I came not getting stumbled, and no matter what the pain, knowing the end result and being result oriented. I came doing what it's paying the price, knowing how to ask the question. I'm not excited about what I'm gonna win. I need to know the price so that I can win. Everybody else just gets excited about the price. You might want to write that down. That's a very critical piece. Most people just want to know the price or what it takes. I want to win. I want to make $1 million. I want to go SVP. I want to do this. I want to do that. But you didn't look at the price tag. So when the prices start showing up, you fall down. Then you didn't really want to win Wimbledon. You didn't really want the NBA championship because you hurt your Achilles heel. You got an injury that 99% of people don't come back. How is it that Kobe came back? How is it that LeBron comes back? How is it that Tiger Woods came back at 40 years old and then hit a perfect score more than any other golfer in the world? Go read his history on what he's done in the game. Because they didn't care about the pain. They didn't care about the no's. They didn't care about the rejection. Think about what you go through in this business of how simple it is to galvanize a squad and make them believe that you are worthy of your own dream and that you're only sharing a dream with people that have a dream and should only convert a person that doesn't have a dream to support your dream. That's it. You don't ever have to say ACN customer product or service to understand that's the game right there. I have a dream. Do you have a dream? Can we build our dream together to get it done exponentially? Because one horse pulls 38 pounds, the other horse pulls 62 pounds, but together they pull 180 pounds. I don't know how that works, God, but when two or more come together, anything is possible. And we can put this together because my dream must, not my wish, my dream must be built. Nothing's going to make me deviate. Nothing is going to sidetrack. I will get slowed down. I will have X factors that happen. I will have death. I will have birth. I will have children. I will have bills. I will have lost wages. I will have this. But I'm not going to deviate from my destiny. And I have this dream to be able to change my family tree. And unless you take the last breath out of me, God, that's all I have. My son had chest pains on Tuesday after my second call of sharing this business. I had to sit down with him over dinner. I had breakfast with him this morning right after this call. And I'm like, your job is just, why do you think daddy takes on all this anxiety and pain? So you don't have to. You don't drink, you don't do drugs, you aren't married, you ain't got no kids. You got a perfect life to do nothing but be happy. Why are you taking on daddy's pain? Trust me, you will get married, you will have kids, you will have my problems. Don't worry about that right now. Your turn coming, Negro. Don't worry about it. I'm sitting up there yelling at this 24-year-old kid, like, all you got to do is game, learn how to make money and trade, and learn how to develop your interpersonal leadership skills and live by God's code and put a smile on your face. All I want you to do is be happy for the rest of your life. What in God's name? You don't have a bill. You don't have a worry. You had everything you've ever wanted in your life. What is it? When I tell you, live into your destiny of your dream, if you can figure out your dream, this is a cakewalk. Where I was going with the fact that if I'm sharing my dream and my only job description in this business is to share my dream with somebody else that has a dream, to say that we can get there sooner than we're going to do anyway. Because let me tell you, write this down, the most dangerous mind on the planet Earth, the most dangerous mind. I am that one. Mr. Al Thomas is that one. Bernard is that one. There's a handful of people. Johnson is that one. The most dangerous mind on the planet Earth is a made-up mind. If you are not where you want to be, if you've been in a position that does not maximize, listen to what I'm saying. If you're in a position that does not maximize the compensation plan, your mind's not made up. You're just working hard. You're just running in space. You're running in the same space because the outline and the blueprint is all in place. When I have my call, I put together a team, my hit squad of 20. I call them 300. I have way more than that that's already ready to move, but I need to start with an internal squad of 20. Do you think I had to listen? Do you think I had to promote Dallas? Do you think I had to say, if you don't go to Dallas, then I'm not, if you got to go to Dallas, oh my God. And do you think I got to do a call for my hit squad for 45 minutes, an hour, and keep bringing on different leaders to talk about Dallas? That's stupid. If you're going to bake a cake, you need flour. Look, everybody, write it on your calendar. I'm telling you, this is what I said on Monday night. My team, they have them on here on the call right now. I said exactly. I said, put it on your calendar. We're going to do a massive training Saturday and Sunday in Dallas and cancel Monday. Wait for everybody to leave. We're going to have a whole nother training all day on Monday. That was it. That's all I said. That's all I said. I didn't promote it. It's not for everybody. It's for the people that sit at my table. I'm not promoting it to you guys. I'm not doing it to fear of loss. I said, here's what I will assure you. You can't ask somebody how to build a car that's never built a car before. You can't ask somebody how to keep a marriage together has been divorced 3 times and doesn't have a spouse. I said, I'm not here to work hard. I am going to work hard by default because it's part of my DNA. I'm not putting it out there to work harder because I can't work any harder. When I set my sights on something, I by default work hard. I hope somebody got this conversation. I don't need to promote my team to work hard. They already work hard. What I need to do is give them a lens as to where to work. What I'm doing for my team, what I'm doing for you, is giving them a lens so I can hear. I've been in the mines. I started in 1995, y'all. I started in 1995. Get that, let that sink in. I started in 1995. The company started in 93. Let that just marinate for you for a second. I've lived in the mines. Outside of ACN, I get paid $10,000 to do a 3-hour training on how to do this industry outside of ACN. I know where the gold is in the mine. I'm not going to give you my gold, but I can tell you where to dig. If you will go and get your shovel and be smart enough to go and build a team that will become a ditch digging machine, and you dig deep enough, I will show you where the gold is. And your family will never have to worry about anything ever again, so long as you sustain it, maintain it, and build it. I know how to create SVPs. I'm not going to show you how to get to SVP. This was my conversation. I'm not going to show anybody how to get to SVP. I will show you how to get to RVP. If you stay focused, I will show you how to do it in 6 months or less. If you get derailed, the maximum it'll take you is a year. I want you guys to put this down, 12, 15, 23, and I want you to put in your journal if you're smart enough to stay around me long enough. By this time next year, I will have 20 RVPs that broke. Minimum. A minimum of 20 that I am personally responsible for. I'm not talking about the trickle down, and it's not even about the position. It's about understanding, just follow the blueprint. Here's the blueprint. I'm going back into the well. I'm going back into the cave. I'm gonna show you in the mind what's going on. I'm gonna show you exactly how to do this. Now I'm gonna duplicate the conversation so you understand why I started with this conversation. Is mastering how to galvanize a team and put them in play. The mastery of it is understanding first, you can actually take our health product by itself and make more money than anybody in the company and get to the top of the marketing plan faster than anybody else and know that you have an amazing product. When you open up a restaurant, do you say, I'm going to go, each plate that I sell in the restaurant, being in here as a server, I'm going to get 4 points for each plate that's sold. So I'm going to go and sell 25 plates. And as soon as I sell 25 plates, I've achieved what I need to. And then not sell any more plates, not serve anybody else at the table. See, the problem with people in this business is that they treat this like it's a marketing plan and network marketing instead of becoming a serial entrepreneur. The maintenance of my 20, which they're very clear about, is to learn how to move 100 plates a month, every month for themselves. Is anybody getting this conversation? The restaurant can't, if it's not open, if your restaurant isn't open, you waiting for other franchises to make your money, that's called stupid to me. You find a product that you can fall in love with, fill the plate, serve every table, run a business, and when your restaurant is running like a well-oiled machine, then you franchise out and expand. Or you can do it simultaneously. Either way, you must be the example that people are looking for. Nobody should have less than, in a year, a calendar year, less than 1,200 customers. Part-time. Did I stutter? Did I say points? I said customers. Your restaurant doesn't have any customers, but you want me to go and get a whole bunch of customers so that you can eat off of me and hit a position. Kiss my black, no. Not gonna happen. We're gonna do this like nobody's ever seen before. Records are gonna be broken because they're so easy to be broken because everybody ain't doing nothing. There's not a record in this company that won't be broken on an hour a day with the hit squad that I have in place. Just stand long enough to watch what happens in 12 20. I'm gonna show you how big my God is and the lens that you need to be looking through. Second piece to this, because I'm running short on time because I started late, I'm gonna bring it all together for you. The first thing is understanding customers and finding one product that you can maximize and having two supplements in case you run out of something. The second one is knowing how to be able to galvanize the team till you learn how to have discernment and be able to discern and identify the leaders you want at your table. Yes, there's going to be calls. Mr. Thomas has them. I have them. Everybody has them. Where you're doing presentations. You got RVPs and SVPs. Okay, we're going to do a call this Monday. We're going to do a call this Tuesday. We're going to do a call this Wednesday. My team is very clear. I'm at a minimalist. In my life, in every area of my life, I'm a minimalist. It doesn't mean that I'm going to do the minimum. It means I'm a minimalist. I'm going to do this much and get that much. I'm not going to do this much and do this. That's just stupid. Keep doing something over and over again and expecting a different result. You got a business. I don't care if you're a team trainer, an RD, an ETL. I don't care if you're an RVP. I don't care if you're an SVP. You got a business and your business is not generating you. This is just my personal philosophy. When I work the business, I'm telling you right now, if you have this marketing plan or any marketing plan we've had in the business, and you are not in a position to generate a 5-figure income in 90 days or less, every month, a minimum of 5 figures liquid, I personally believe there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with the business. Because it's being recorded, I'm gonna make it totally subjective. I totally believe there is something completely freaking wrong with you. And you need to go get rewiring, reset. You need to find somebody that you believe in and go back to freaking school. That's what I did. Before I got this fire in my ass, I went back to school. I'm in rewire right now. My team wakes up every day. We're training. We're mentally on a space where I am rewiring everybody around me. You gonna sit with me? You wanna be with me? Let me tell you what's gonna happen. Your whole life is gonna change because my habits, my discipline, and my focus scares everybody but God. The devil is scared when I'm awake. That's why he tried to keep me asleep past this call. That was automatic clock. I had my clock set for 7:15, 7 o'clock, 7:30. I was up. I went to bed 2 hours before that, before I set my alarm. I woke up, literally crashed out. I should still be in a coma. 9 o'clock, I woke up. I looked at the clock. Mr. Thomas has texted me. I was like, please give me 10 minutes. How do you wake up? This is my wake up. This is my warm up for the day. God forbid, I'm not awake. God forbid I wake up. Scare the hell out of myself when I'm in this state. The devil can't even come close to me. I'm the most dangerous thing that was ever created on this planet because I'm the most benevolent, I'm the most loving, I'm the most caring, I'm the most dangerous because I tell people when I meet people and they ask you, how you doing? Fucking amazing. I am so fun. I'm amazing. But I need you to understand something. I'm going to apologize up front. And they look at me, why? Why are you apologizing? Because I'm worse than the pandemic. I'm contagious. You have just been infected with amazing. I don't know what to tell you. You can't stop me. You slow me down. Bills, money, people, relationships, death can slow me down. You can't stop a motherfucker like me. It's impossible. And if you stop me with your drag, your commotion, what I call your emotional vomit or your mental vomit, If I love you, I'm going to sustain it and hold just enough space to be able to make sure you're okay. But if you hold on to that too long, you're going to be left on the side of the road, because I'm not going to go down with your shit because you don't know how to let go of and take a crap and crap all that out of your system. I figure out how to get it. I get it too. I'm not going to make you wrong. There's anointing on your life. There's a purpose on your life. Are you guys following me on that so far? There's a purpose on your life. But when I yelled at my son, I said, you're my purpose. But my purpose, you're my purpose. I need to know your L's like I know your W's. I need to know your pains like I know your wins. You're my purpose, mama. I'm here. What do you need? I'm getting rid of this, this, and this. I'm moving in. What do you need? My mama called the other night. She's like, are you coming in? She's like, I just feel more comfortable. I'm there. Whatever you need. I'm checking at 10, 11 o'clock. You in bed? What do you need? I just let the nurse go. I'll be there. Don't worry. I drove back up the hill and down in between my calls last night and still went back for 2 hours. I got a full-blown like layout in my office and a bed, just like Rockefeller all the way to Carnegie, to stay here overnight, wake up in an hour. I went home so I could make sure my mama okay. What I got to do? Whatever price I got to do. I knew I should have stayed here, but I know, mama. What's your purpose? See, when your why is bigger, and the cliche, it makes you cry. No, it needs to make you cringe, fry. You need to feel pain. If you are not going through hell, if the devil is not chasing you, there's something wrong with you. Now, if you're chasing yourself and creating your own self-sabotage, that's on you. You got a whole bunch of mental and emotional mess going on. Oh, guess what? If the problems that you have, if the challenges you have, exist and have existed past 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, there's a problem with you. You got a problem with somebody in your life that's been in your life your whole life. There's a problem with you. You knew they had thorns before you picked them up. You've known them your whole life. You knew they were crazy along your whole life. You knew that they were flaky your whole life. You knew they were inconsistent your whole life. They're in your business and you still trying to pour water on a rock. You trying to change somebody, change you. Allow them to be who they are. You have no control over your brother, your mother, your sister, your cousin, your best friend, your business partners, the reps come in your business, but you have all the control over your ass. God, you may not never be able to show this video to nobody. I'm just on one. You got control over you. The hell is wrong with you? Some of y'all need a kick in your ass. If I'm not pissing you off, then you already dead from the neck down with embalming fluid. You need to be pissed off. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off for greatness. I will demand nothing less but greatness in my space. And that means not that they have to be great. They have to give me their greatest effort so that I will mold the rest. I have the palette. I have the chisel. I know how to create David out of a freaking stone to play. I know how to create greatness. I know how to create a freaking monster. I know. I'm not entertaining conversations in this season. Well, let me just tell you, I want to this, that. I want to hear your conversation has you where you are. Shut the hell up. You want somebody to buy in that BS? Go talk to somebody else who loves you enough that wants to hear that. Or if you're close enough to me, I'll give you 2 passes. Tell me I just need you to listen, and I'll listen. And I shut my mouth because I know all you're doing is convincing yourself and sustaining where you are. Look at your living conditions, look at your income level, look at your bank account, and then we can have a conversation. I hit rock bottom in every area of my life, in every area. And God has bounced me back in 30 days. Everything is just like boom, boom, boom. Every time I wake up in the morning, there's a fire. Every time I wake up by the end of the night, he has given me a bucket. I walk in faith. Like every day for like the last, since October 19th, every day there's been a fire. Every day there's been a bucket. And now when I'm awake, I'm sitting up there praying and begging God and apologizing in tears. I'm sorry for wasting and acting like it was woe is me. I'm ashamed that you have done so much for me. And I'm still acting like a little bee. You built me better than that. We are to be the lender, not the borrower, in every area of our life. You and your family deserve more. Whatever happens to you, happen for you. Now, you need to do all, I'm telling you, part of my prayer, my team and my family knows this prayer. I'm going to take up 5 more minutes. It'll take me to about 10:02, Mr. Thomas. In my prayer, I start my prayer every day and throughout the entire day. And it starts with God, the Father, the Holy Ghost, Jesus. Please close every door that I can't close. Take away every person that I can't make go away. Take away people that I don't even know need to go away. Make them go away. Make them go away before I even identify they need to go away. God, please open every door that I can't open. Please, I beg of you. I'm telling you this prayer of how I start. And in the middle, please allow me to work harder than I've ever worked so that everything I do, they see you in me and get the glory. You get the glory. It is not about me. Take away all ego, take away all pride. Allow me to be the greatest servant and blessing of anyone who walks into my life and those that walk out. When I tell you that is the start and end of each prayer, and he has closed every door, and he has opened every door that I could not open. And I'm on fire to do what he has called me to do. It is out of control. What is happening? And when I tell you, the people that sit at my table, they will tell you how infectious it is. They already had it in them. All I did was turn it up. And it's scary because my 7-Eleven crew, my 24/7, I couldn't have been blessed with a better team and a better squad. I don't care what team is out there in the industry, they can't touch the team that I have and what we do. Because we live, eat, sleep, and breathe. It's not just AC, it's what we built. And that's what we're going to get into next Friday, of how to build that type of, and that was my argument with Miss Nancy. I was like, that's been my blessing, to identify discernment and know everybody else has to figure out who they're going to bring on their team. They got to figure out who they're going to spend their time on. That was part of one of my trainings last night with somebody until 2 o'clock in the morning. She said, I only want to work exclusively with you. This is somebody who has massive resources way beyond me in their skill set. My job is to serve, write this down when you're building your team. Serve people for where they want to go, not where you want to take them. Serve people for where they want to go, not where you want to take them. Where you're taking them should collapse the time frames of where they want to go. I'm very clear on the priest. When I'm talking to somebody, it's like, tell me where you want to go. Because I'm gonna die I'm gonna fight harder than you will probably in the beginnings, just to let you know we're going where you want to go. Because if you go where you want to go, if everybody eats around me, if I got $6, you get 4. Because I know if I give you 4, you'll go and get me some food and make sure I eat. And my squad that's on here has all helped me eat. I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about time, energy. It's been a daily check on, we all going through hell and fire, but guess what? The devil's running from all of us right now. From every single one of us. So let me wrap up and close on this. I'm going to take up a few more minutes. Stick with me. I want you to see this first, and then I'm going to wrap up on my own scribes. So here, let's go here. You need to pay real close attention to this.
Listen to me. Rich people think differently. So what I'm going to put in your head today is a rich people concept, so you can get to understand it. The only difference between successful people and not is just how they think. Rich people think different. Quit letting people tell you you got to get qualified in another program. You don't need another program to be successful. You need to change the way you think. So here's the deal. The problem with becoming a millionaire is that when you decide that you want to be a millionaire, you immediately start thinking, how can I become a millionaire? Well, that thought don't just pop into your head, so you get frustrated and you don't become a millionaire. And you start creating stuff like, well, I guess this wasn't the Lord's will, or as soon as I think of how I'm gonna make $1 million. You can't think of how to make $1 million. Stop. Do you know if you knew how to make $1 million, what's today, Tuesday? Wouldn't you make it by Friday? Would not you make it by Friday? But suppose I told you how you can become a millionaire with what you have. Because here's the deal. All of you have everything it takes to become rich. You just don't believe it. Now, if you can develop this theory that I'm about to share with you, I have the way for you to be rich. This is it. First of all of you have a gift. God gave it to you when he created you. God never created a single soul without giving them a gift. That's the God that created you. He's a very smart God. Here's the cold thing. When he made you, he put the gift inside of you. He didn't hide it under the ocean. It ain't on the mountain nowhere. It ain't under no rocks. You ain't got to go drilling. God put what you needed inside of you at birth. All of you have a gift. But you have got to do your gift. The thing God gave you at birth to do. It is the thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. That's your gift. Anything else you doing, you wasting your time. Do you hear me? You wasting your time. If when the alarm clock goes off in the morning and it makes you sick every morning that alarm go off, it's because you ain't doing your gift. You're going against what God created you to be. Do most of you know what your gift is? Who in here doesn't know their gift yet? Okay, let me tell you what you do. Go home today. Don't talk to nobody. Sit down and have one conversation with yourself. What is the thing that I do the absolute best with the least amount of effort? This ain't gonna take you long. You old enough, you grown. Write it down. I don't care if it's networking. I don't care if it's babysitting. I don't care if it's doing color. I don't care if it's painting. Whatever it is, it's what you do. Sing it. Whatever you do the best, write it down. That's your gift. That's it. You ain't got to go asking a bunch of people. They've been telling you your whole life. You know, you ever had people call you with their problems? They always call you with your problems because you gifted at it. But you didn't know how to identify it. If you identify your gift. Now, let me ask you this question. This thing that you're gifted at, if you did it for somebody, do you think somebody would pay you $10 for your gift? Just $10. Could you babysit for $10? Could you cut somebody's hair for $10? Could you cut their grass for $10? Could you make them a chicken dinner for $10? Could you do something for $10? Everybody. Don't you have something somebody would give you $10 for? Okay, now, once you have something that somebody's willing to pay you $10 for, this is how this works. It's called the multiples of 10. See, you don't have to figure out how to be a millionaire. You just got to figure out the thing that makes you $10. So now here we go. You do it and you make $10. Soon as they pay you the 10, go do it 10 more times. Whatever it was. Watch some more kids, 10 more times. Get another 10. You got $100. When you get $100, whatever you did to make that $100, listen to me, do it 10 more times. You ain't got to get tricky with it. Just do it 10 more times. You'd have made $1,000. Whatever you did to make the $1,000, don't get smart. Stay stupid now. Do it 10 more times. You have now made $10,000. Hold up. Now we finna grow a little bit, but guess what you got to do to grow? You just got to do some more. Whatever you made $10,000 doing, I need you to do it 10 more times. What you tripping for? If you do it 10 more times, you got $100,000. Now, you might have to hire some people to make this happen. You got to figure that part out. But all you got to do is do what you did for $10. Once you make $100,000, if you just do it 10 more times.
The system for success is the same for everybody. It's the same for everybody. Are you guys with me on that? I'm trying to turn off my WhatsApp because it's just blinging and I wish people would stop texting so I can finish this call. You got to learn how to multiply your efforts and take it to a whole nother level. But before you can multiply your efforts, you need to master you. You need to know what you're going to put into the system so that you can teach and multiply. You can't just, I want you guys to get this. This is critical, and I know I'm over my time. You can't just tell people what to do. You have to be able to show them how to do it. Before you can show them how to do it, you have to do it yourself. I'm going to say that again. It's reverse engineering. You can't, it's one of the biggest problems in the industry across the board. People tell you what you need to do, but they didn't show you how to do it. So now you don't blame nobody else because you have the golden goose. Now that you know the problem, you're the problem, fix the problem. You have access to every resource to know how to do this. The one thing I don't entertain is a whole lot of text messages and a whole lot of phone calls as a leader. I shut down. I have buffers for that. You have questions, you call Ms. Yance. You got questions, you call Kay. You got questions, you call this person. I don't take a lot of calls because you will freeze my brain and I will shut down. You take away from my chi of what I do best, with setting up a world for you to succeed. Until we have a set schedule and I see your work ethic and you've earned the right to have a conversation. Earning the right to have a conversation means that you put in work and you have massive success and massive failure, and now we have something to talk about. We don't have anything to talk about and you haven't done jack. I want the L's as much. I want more L's. In fact, the person who wins makes the most mistakes. I want the conversation with the person who busted their ass this week, got shot down, got their parents told them no, their mama told them no, they don't know how to do this. And look, I went out, I talked to 20 people every day. It only cost me 5 minutes. Hey, how you doing? You open up. Hey, you know what? I love that coffee. I want to bless you because you sent me the coffee. We're going to get in this next week. But I'm not supposed to do this, but I'm going to give you a discount on the products of my company because I own my company. I'm going to bless you with something because you just took care of me with this coffee and this breakfast, this dinner. You know how easy it is to be able to turn around and make a person feel like they are excited about taking on what you got to service them and give them. That's a whole nother conversation for next Friday. 20 people, wherever I go throughout the day, it's like, hey, that smile, God, I'm willing to pay for that. You know what? I sell Ferraris. Normally goes for 120,000. I'm gonna give it to you for 80,000. I have this. I'm gonna give it for you this. I'm gonna do it for this. I do consultations and normally costs $100. I'm gonna do it for you for free. There's such a million ways to be able to just attract and give away your product and then learn how to do it 10 more times, 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 10 more times. Because I can't talk about money in our AC and call, it would scare you to know how much money I'm making in the next 13 months. It would scare the hell out of you. It would scare the living daylights out of you. I want to push the number up, but I don't want to put it into the wish demographic. It needs to stay in the dream demographic where I know I can get there, walking just a little bit further, knowing what I'm capable of doing. And the way that's done is to know that I'm duplicating it with the people that surround me, because the more you help other people get what they want, the more they get what they want by default. I'm gonna read this, I'm gonna complete, because I've started late. I could go for another 30. I need to finish. I need you to hear this though, because this is where I am. This is my icing on the cake. This is personal. It has nothing to do with you. It's in my scribes. I had to write it last night. So I want you to have this. And before I say this, if you do listen to God, then pay attention to who you follow. That's why Camille putting her head up there acting crazy. I see you, don't play with me. Messing with me, girl. Our squad, it is not a deification. It is an interconnection of edification. It is an exchange of energy, blood, sweat, tears, and soul. We literally, it's so scary that if I wanted to hurt somebody who pissed me off, my family would probably kill them before I got to them. And I'm not playing. That's how much my kill squad is. It's on fleet. It's not just about, oh, I know Byron Nelson. I know Dr. Nelson. Oh, he's my SVP. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know nobody. I'm flying so far under the radar, all you're going to see is the charts blow up. You won't even see me. Wealthy people like Al Thomas, you don't see him. He's not trying to flow, show, and fly. He's not trying to flex and floss. People that are successful, they don't want to be seen. They just want their bank account and asset portfolio to build and to bless more people. That's, I hope somebody took that as a note. The greater you get in your mind for success, the less you want to be seen and heard. I don't need a stage. I don't even want a stage. You won't see me walking around on stage. You'll see my name a whole lot. You'll see records being broken, but you will never see me. I'm telling you that now. I mean, you'll see me, at the places to be, but you won't see me. I'm not walking. My only job is for my people to walk. If you see them, you'll see me. That's my only commitment. Like fire and ice. Like you have no idea how passionate I am about that. Now, let me complete. What I wrote before I went to bed last night is, are you hearing from God, Byron? Are you hearing from God? I'm going to give you the scripture. It's Exodus 33:12. And in that it says, then Moses said to the Lord, because anybody who talks to you, those who know me well, which is a lot of people that are close, like Fabulous and a few others, they know I'm Solomon mixed with Moses, mixed with Saul. That's who I am. And you got to figure out which one of me shows up, because they aren't all the same people. Throughout the book of Exodus, I read these two statements. The Lord said to Moses, and Moses said to the people, there's an important lesson here. Until you have heard from God, what do you have to say to anybody else that's worth consideration? What do you think you have to say? Does that mean God won't use my brain? No. When your thoughts and desires are submitted to him, he will actually think and speak through you, B. What an honor and what a privilege. He keeps doing it to you. The trouble is, I want to speak without first consulting you, God, and hearing from you. For this, I apologize. The people Moses had been called to lead hadn't heard from God for 400 years. After 10 generations of living without God's word, can you even imagine, B, the shape they were in spiritually, and you sitting up there bitching and crying about where you are? Now, if you want to know how such a mindset will act, look at the responses every time they had a problem in the wilderness. Every time they had a problem in the wilderness, they wanted to go back to the security of Egypt. This is one of the dangers each one of us will face as a leader. We must love people, listen to them, but we must be led only solamente by God. And unless I know God intimately, when times get tough, as they have been over the last 6 months, when times get tough, people will take you back to what's familiar. That's been your danger zone. People want to bring back the old Byron and the old Land of Familiarity because it's comfortable. And comfortable to them, they want to hold you hostage to their comfort zone of how they know you a year ago, 3 years ago. Please pay attention. When people want to go back to the old way of doing things, it's usually because they don't know God well enough. The litmus test of spiritual leadership is found in the ability to hear from God and then teach your people to love God, discern his will, and begin walking according to it. That was my closing journal to myself last night in my scribes going to bed. I don't share that part of me, but I shared it with you because it was what God told me to do. That's my training for this morning. That's my coffee for this morning. That's my start of the day. Yes, I'm 17 minutes over. I was 17 minutes late. I hope it was worth it for anybody who heard my voice through God.